How to keep winning in a relationship with men. Welcome. Everyone always says relationships are so hard, but that's not true. It's not the relationships that are difficult. Rather, it's the people who are involved in the relationship that make them challenging. In other words, you can make your relationship better by doing two things. The first one is requiring more of yourself, and the second one is requiring more from your partner. You see, a lot of people are lazy. They think that relationships should just magically run like a well-oiled machine, but that doesn't happen in real life. Relationships take effort and they can be healthy and happy. If you know what to do, no one has a magic wand to hand you and will turn your relationship into a fairy tale. Since you're watching, like this video and hit on this subscribe button, and let's make great videos together. Thank you. Let's dive into it. Here's some relationship advice for women so that you can use every day to make that happen. Number one, have your own life. You may be crazy in love with each other, but it doesn't mean that the rest of your life should stop. Don't abandon your friends for him. Don't take up golf and give up yourself or your messages if you don't want to. Have some independence and an identity of your own, because if you don't, things will get boring and the routine in your relationship. Secondly, don't be needy. Being needy and chasing can go hand in hand. If you want to see him 24/7, texting him 24/7, and basically think the world revolves around him, you'll become needy. Needy behavior is suffocating for people, especially men. You think that these behaviors will help you to hold on him, but it actually has the opposite effect. It pushes him away. Third aspect, make sure you connect physically and emotionally, together with mentally. Easier said than done, but these things are crucially important. If you're just physically connected and you're not connected emotionally or mentally, then you won't make it for the long haul. Or maybe you're connected mentally, but your intimacy is just nah. The relationship is doomed. You have to have strong bond on areas of your relationship so that you make sure you keep an eye from the very beginning. The fourth aspect, don't chase him. Unfortunately, men and women do this a lot and you might not even know that you're actually doing it. Chasing comes in all forms. It could be obvious stalker-like behavior, such as calling him 100 times a day. Or it could be more subtle, like you are only initiating contact at all the time, meaning that you are more interested than he is. Chasing is a turn-off for men. Let him chase you. Number 5 is to love yourself. So many women complaining that they either can't find the right partner or they always attract jacks who don't treat them right. Well, it's probably because you don't love yourself enough. You can only attract the level of love that you feel for yourself. So look at all your good qualities and decide to love yourself exactly the way you are right now. The sixth aspect is to take care of yourself. If you love yourself, then you will automatically take care of yourself. This means trying to stay healthy, get enough sleep, get massages, escape to a bubble bath, or maybe a girl's night out. You need to fill your soul in other ways outside of your relationship, or else it won't have anything left to give. Seventh aspect is don't be a people pleaser. Men and women mistakenly believe that if they please other people, they will automatically love them. This couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of people will take advantage of you if you give much of yourself. Instead, strive for a healthy balance of being selfless and selfish. Please your partner, but also make sure they please you too. Relationships are a two-way street. Number 8 is to speak your mind. When I say speak your mind, I mean doing gently and calmly. Don't suppress your negative or positive emotions. Let them out. Talk to your partner about your problems you're having. Try to see yourself as a team and solve problems together. You deserve the respect to have your voice heard. Number 9 is don't avoid problems. No one really likes conflict. Well, maybe there are some people who don't, but generally speaking, most people don't. So what happens a lot of the time is that they go into avoidance mode. This does not work. If you avoid problems for years upon years, well, they're going to pile up, and then one day you'll make up to 25 years later and never be able to sort through them all because they have been accumulating for too long. The 10th aspect is make your time for your partner. I know I said you have your own life, some independence, but on the flip side, you can't spend too much time alone or other people because the relationship could die. Relationships need attention. So make sure you go on regular date nights and have deep conversation to keep your connection strong. The 11th aspect is to demand respect. When I say demand, I don't mean stomping your foot down and demanding in a diva kind of way. What I mean is that you need to believe that you deserve to be treated with respect at all times. Everyone does. But here's the kicker. In order to get respect, you need to give respect. So by being respectful, you are setting the scene for nothing but kind of treatment in return. The 12th aspect is strive for equal effort. People always say relationships should be a 50-50. That's wrong. There should be 100-100. Both people need to put in 100% of the effort every day to keep the relationship strong. It can be 120 or 150 or even 199. It has to be equal. If it gets out of balance, you need to have a conversation about that so that you can get back on track. 13th aspect is to talk about gender roles. Over the last few decades, gender roles have become blurred. Gone are the days when everyone automatically expected the man to be the breadwinner and the woman to stay home and raise the kids. These days, conversation needs to be had about each person's expectations within the relationship regarding gender roles. 14th aspect is to be a good listener. Usually, we think women are good listeners and men are bad listeners. This isn't the truth. Men and women just listen differently. Women listen to connect with another person and men listen to solve problems. But we all deserve to have someone listen to us. So don't forget that your partner needs that too. The 15th aspect is to show empathy. Relationship should not be me versus you. It should be us and as a team. You can't constantly be only considering your own perspective about anything. You may or you may not be right, but perception is reality. If your partner sees differently, try to understand, show him empathy, and then you're likely he'll show you empathy in return. The 16th aspect is be accepting of differences. No one is 100% alike. Even identical twins aren't exactly the same. If you have too many expectations of this behavior that are being violated, maybe you should just accept the differences. And if these are too many differences that you can tolerate, then maybe he's not the person for you. Oh, don't forget, you should accept your differences too. 17th is do not settle. There are many people in the world who fear to being alone. It's probably because they don't love themselves enough to hold out on what they deserve instead. They settle for Mr. Good Enough for now, and then they find themselves miserable in a short amount of time. Hold out for your Mr. Right, because you never find your Mr. Perfect. But you shouldn't settle either. 18th, don't try to change him. Women are notorious of trying to change their man. They think things like, if I can't change him, he'll lose 30 pounds, then he'll be more attractive. Or if I can get him to stop playing video games, I'll be happy. Or once we get married, he'll change for the better. Take this important piece of advice. If you don't like how he is right now, without any changes, then you shouldn't be with him. Period. Because you can't change him anyway. It won't just work. 19th aspect is teach him how to treat you. The behavior that you allow from another person is the behavior that is going to persist. So for instance, if early in the relationship he starts to yelling at you when he's angry, then you need to correct him by gently saying, I don't appreciate you yelling at me. And it's have to be spoken to respectfully. So until you do that, I won't engage in this conversation. If you don't, it will only get worse. 20th aspect is become the person that you want to attract. If you don't love and respect yourself, then you'll attract someone else who won't love and respect you either. It all starts with self-love. You can't metaphorically beat up yourself and expect others to treat you like a queen. Trust me, people pick up on this stuff. Once you love and respect yourself, then you'll get the kind of relationship that you want. 21st aspect, don't be afraid to be alone if necessary. There's nothing wrong with being alone. In fact, it can be quite liberating. You don't have to compromise with anyone. You can do whatever that you want. Do when you want to do it. There's no one who to answer to. You can get to know yourself better and work at being a better person. So if you're not happy in a relationship, then try being alone for a while. It may be a lot better. 22 is to show appreciation. Everyone wants to be appreciated by their partner. So what makes you think that a man is any different? Even if he does little things like put dishes in the dishwasher, thank him for it. Thank him for everything and anything that he does for you, and then it will be more likely that he'll want to keep doing that in the future to keep you happy. So, and don't forget that he should appreciate you too. 22nd aspect is to show appreciation. Everyone wants to be appreciated by their partner, so what makes you think a man is any different? Even if he does little things like put dishes in the dishwasher, thank him for it. Thank him for everything and anything that he does, and you will be more likely that he'll want to keep doing that in the future to keep you happy. And don't forget that he should appreciate you too. The 23rd aspect is never to relate any kind of abuse. Abuse isn't just having him to hit you or beat you up. Abuse comes in all forms, both mental and emotional too. While physical injuries can heal, the mental and emotional wounds are more difficult to heal. So do not tolerate it. If he tries to belittle you, degrade you, or to gaslight you, that's a total deal breaker. 24th aspect, don't be jealous or possessive. It is understandable that you don't want to share our man. However, there is a fine line between wanting to keep him for yourself and being overly jealous and possessive. These qualities are smothering and usually pushes the man away. Instead, try to be more secure with yourself so that you don't worry about losing him. And even if you do, you need to know that you'll be okay anyway. The 25th aspect is don't be bitchy. It is easy to be bitchy and moody, but does anyone really want to be around a person like that? I know I don't. So constant spewing of negative at your man will make him want to avoid you. So if your man is avoiding you, it's about the negative things you're spewing from your mouth. Be kind and loving. Stop the bitchiness and ramp up respect instead. Now that you have it, everything that you need to know, have a quality relationship, the list may seem daunting, and it really is not. It just takes practice. However, you will need to constantly keep this in mind. But once you do, you will find yourself living a happily ever after. You have looked at the tips that will keep you happy at your relationship, and you have covered 25 different tips which you can follow. You'll be surprisingly happy. This has given you a great deal on how to ensure you're always winning in your relationship. And this is not everything that you require to watch. Watch the video supporting your partner during difficult times on this channel. So until next time, have a good one and see you in the next one.